Well. Good morning, West Ham fans. Let's talk about some transfer rumours. Yes, everybody. Russ on West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. Happy Saturday. Sorry, got an itchy foot. Don't forget, go and check out our advent calendar and just put a comment in. Number 2, day 2, was Tim Breaker. So go back and say a little comment and you automatically get entered in to our prize draw every day. 24 opportunities to win something all across Advent, the West Ham Network. But don't forget, you have to be a subscriber as well, because we need to say this person won it, and we're doing it on the community tab, and you have to be a subscriber. Anyway, let's talk about transfer rumours. We are we're already in December. Before you know it, you blink, we're in January. And we know we're going to have to probably sell and buy and stuff like that. But the rumour mill continues to turn. And we've got a couple of really interesting ones, actually, because they really do. I know they're just rumours, but they do fit the Steinton profile of people who are potentially, I say, going to come in. And it might not be in January, it might be in the summer, but they're young and I've never heard of them. So that's always a good sign for me. So let's start with goalkeeper. Now, we know that Fabianski is coming to the end of his time at West Ham. I don't think we'll be offering him a new contract. He's 39. And obviously we offered him a 1+1 deal last year. And obviously, 2 years ago, and this was his second. He's +1, and obviously, he's doing all right. He's kept clean sheets. I think he's kept 3 clean sheets. Ariola's kept 1. He's been captain. Does he have 100% record as captain this year? I don't know, possibly. But West Ham are being linked with Ajax's goalkeeper. Why don't we just buy the whole fucking side? You know what I mean? By the Ajax goalkeeper, Charlie Setford, in a move that could well signal the end of Lucas Fabianski's time at West Ham. Setford has been a squad regular for the Dutch heavyweights over the last couple of seasons, but has yet to make a senior debut. West Ham are one of the many sides keeping an eye on the teenagers' development, as well as Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool. While not a lot of people know him, he's an England under-18 international, but his development suggests the club are planning for the long term. You've got to think we're well stocked at the moment with Alphonse Areola as our sort of Premier League goalkeeper, number 1. Fabianski being a very, very solid deputy, our cup goalkeeper. And we know he's out of Fabianski's out of contract in the summer, and it seems likely he'll move on. But, having someone who come in and be a good number 2, Areola very much is still number 1, and, could be for a number of years, to be honest. And that's where someone like Setford could come in and be a very smart, long-term choice. We've got, Nathan Trott out in the Danish Super League for Vieja BV, but he's 25. I don't think he's going to break in. We've still got obviously Joseph Nang. Heggy's on loan. I think he's still on loan in Stevenage. Obviously, he's a good young goalkeeper coming in, and maybe Charlie could be someone who could come in and give that sort of second jersey. And also, for me, it's about progression. It's about getting him in now, and Christian Heggie as well, who the club are very, very high on as well. And then have a good couple of goalkeepers, which in theory could get you sorted for the next 20. Say he's 18 now. Fabianski's 39. 20 years you could have a goalkeeper, really, if it's if it's the right club at the right time. The England under-18 international has many suitors in the Premier League, and I think it's got Steinton's fingers all over it, hasn't it? Really, in all honesty. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Another one we've been linked with, and again, a guy I don't know anything about, I'll be honest, is the Swiss midfielder Arden Yashari. And I've just said, have we got Arden for Yarden. No, Harden for Arden. Yeah, there we go. Now, according to Carrera dello Sport, it states that West Ham are rivaling a La Liga side for the signature of the UZ midfielder Yazari. It begins. I mean, the article in Corriere dello Sport begins by reflecting on Bologna missing out on the signing of him in the summer, and they ended up buying Remo Friola from Nottingham Forest. And it might not take long before he gets another chance to move on from Eugene. According to the report, West Ham are monitoring the 21-year-old who's captained his current club in each of the last 3 games, which is very impressive considering he's so young. We face competition from the likes of Villarreal, who could present Yazri as with a pathway into Spain rather than England, obviously. For either to sign him, they would only have a relatively modest fee to sort of stump up, believed to be around 5.5 million quid. He's been capped by Switzerland twice in the full international, including once at the World Cup, and he's under contract with Eugene until 2026. He spent his whole entire career at the club and has made 80 appearances and scored 7 times. This season he's played 20 times, scoring 4 goals, but he's often used as a defensive midfielder. And this is what I think we need to do. We need to buy a defensive midfielder. You know, not a box to box, not a JWP can do that job. No, we need a specialist CDM. When Alvarez gets suspended, which he always does, um, we and he doesn't play, or he's injured, or he has a fever, then we look so toothless in the midfield. And I think we need a deputy, so to speak. And you either go young, like Ardon, or you go slightly older. So we were linked with the Heves Verona central defensive midfielder for about 10 million quid, I think it was. So you go one way or the other. Now, he may be seen as a bit of a surprise choice, Yarden, to be honest, but West Ham, have now a scouting network and a director or sporting director whose job is to look for these pearls. And maybe Yarden could be one of these coming through. And he could be a long-term successor to the likes of, Thomas Souček, or someone like that, for example. Where we plucked him out of relative obscurity, so to speak, in the Czech Republic League. And he could be a similar signing. So within those two, examples, very different profile in terms of the types of player, and them two. They're not ready made. If he's going to cost you 5 million quid, this guy, even if you don't make it in 2-3 years' time, you could sell him for 10 million quid because he's a Premier League player. Realistically, can't you? But I'm liking the rumours. We'll keep an eye on that one. As I said, keep an eye on the channel, please. Don't forget to subscribe, but also don't forget to comment on any of the Advent videos. If you comment on them every day, we're doing a draw, and you get the opportunity to win some lovely signed stuff. And we'll have one tomorrow for day 3. I think day 3, door 3, number 3 on the back of the shirt, Julian Dix. You see, it's clever. We didn't just throw this together. Anyway, keep an eye on the channel. We'll have any of the news coming up, any of the breaking news. Tomorrow morning, I'll be outside London Stadium, freezing my bollocks off for you in the morning. So make sure you join me then. And let's try and do one over the Eagles, innit? Take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble.